Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I have two new flashlights I wanted to do a quick kind of early on review. I've only had these for about a week, and it's winter here in Chicago, so I haven't had a chance to really kind of use them out and about, but I've played with them, so I thought I would just kind of share what I've kind of discovered here. First and foremost, these flashlights were both provided to me by Hoto themselves for my use and review with no kind of strings attached. So they had no part in giving me talking points or what to say. They just wanted me to check them out and provide an honest review. So here we go. So we have the flashlight LITE and the Hoto CAMPLIGHT. So let's first take a look at the flashlight LITE. So the flashlight LITE, I believe the second light is kind of meant to kind of maybe speak to its size and weight perhaps, but I don't find this to be a very light flashlight. If we give it a quick weight here, let's see what we got here. 173 grams. So, you know, I mean, it's not heavy. I mean, it's a very sturdy, strong light, but it's kind of marketed, I guess, by Hoto on their website. It's kind of is almost like a backpacking camping light. Hence, it's got the carabiner here, so you can clip it to your bag. But it is a little on the heavier side, not like heavy over the top, but you know, it's a sturdy built flashlight, so it kind of comes with the turf. This is primarily a typical torch light, so just a kind of a single button operation. You got 3 light modes, and then off button, and then you have a dedicated SOS button. I kind of actually like that, to be honest. I don't like when flashlights pack everything into one button. I think it makes it kind of cumbersome to try to use, and particularly if you're going to have a strobe mode on it. Nothing's more annoying than trying to turn a flashlight on and it goes into seizure mode. So I love the fact that they gave a dedicated button for that. That way we can kind of stick to using it and then having that when you need it. It's a rechargeable flashlight, USB-C right here, so nice touch there. As I mentioned, got a carabiner right here. The only thing I would say is, so this flashlight is super strong, all metal, heavy, but this is kind of you know, lightweight plastic. So you know, maybe to save weight, but would have been nice just to kind of keep the whole thing metal. That way there's no weak point in the flashlight. But that's the only thing kind of stuck out to me, is that you feel this kind of, you know, rugged, heavy watch, and then you kind of get this kind of soft, kind of, you know, weaker plastic, but it is what it is. It also comes with a diffuser, which is a pretty nice touch as well. So like I mentioned, this works as a torch light, but if you know, put this diffuser on there, then you kind of, in a way, you kind of get a lantern. So you can hang this from, like, you know, a tent above, a tree branch or whatever. Gives you kind of more of a, you know, more of like a glow than like a spotlight. And I think it's a nice touch as well, because if you're camping, I think it's great to kind of just have the whole area kind of lit up versus a one concentrated light. For me personally, like when I go fishing and I'm tying a hook at night, I would much rather have kind of this kind of lantern light than like a spotlight. I think it makes it easier to kind of work with fishing line. So yeah, that's kind of pretty simple light. So as far as specs goes, let me just kind of go over some of those. So we cover the weight. As far as size, it's 6.5 inches across and about 1 inch and 3/16 across. To put some things for comparison, you got a Spyderco Para 2, you have a Leatherman Free P4, just to kind of give size comparisons. Hopefully someone's got one of those, you can kind of get an idea for the size. And as far as specs, so it's got, let's see, it's rated at 1,000 lumens. It has, like I said, 3 bright modes. It can last about 24 hours on the lowest setting. It's rated for the focus, the light, when you put it in right here, for about 218 yards. And then we're working with a 2600 milliamp battery. So that is it. And like I said, it's got 5 modes, 3 on your brightness, and it's got 2 SOS modes. So, and it's zoomable. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this one. Cool light, you know, I like it. But the next one I'm much more excited about and really like. So let's pull up my favorite of the two, the Hoto CAMPLIGHT. So this light is a pretty kind of cool, clever light, and I like it a lot. I'm pretty excited about this light. First, looking at the build quality, you got the same kind of heavy metal here. You've got some kind of acrylic up here, not glass, which is probably a good thing. You've got USB charging behind here. It is exposed. It would have been nice if they had some kind of like maybe rubber cover over it, something to maybe just protect it from the elements. And then you have a hook right here, so if you wanted to hang this from something, you get that option. And then its hidden trick is that it comes with like a lampshade. So it's a pretty nice lampshade. It's magnetic, so you can actually, you know, doesn't take up much space to store, but then when you need it, you just put it around. It's actually got a little place where it's supposed to fit, and then you got yourself a lampshade. Now what that is for is that this light has 3 different kinds of modes. It's got your typical torch light. So you got torch light, and, but it's like a dimmer switch. So when you hold it, see, it gets brighter. You can kind of let go, which, well, I guess it's kind of cool is that there isn't like you can make it as, you know, dark and bright as you want. It's not kind of predetermined by you want it. So kind of cool actually, like a dimmer essentially. So you got your torch light, you know, but then you've also got your lantern, and there's a switch right here. You just turn it, and now you have a lantern. So this is where the shade comes into play. So just like that. And now you go ahead and hang this from your tent or tree, and boom, you got a nice dedicated kind of lantern. Very cool. And then one more click, and then you get a kind of a nice ambient light. So now you see it changes it to like a warm yellow, and it becomes a real nice kind of, you know, relaxing kind of light. Good for if you're just sitting on your deck having a beer, you know, just a kind of a calming type of light. And then with this one more touch is that you can put it into kind of so I'm dimming it right now, so you can obviously dim it to make it, but then it's also got one more trick, kind of like a candle effect. So I don't know if you can, here, let me turn off the light here, but you can kind of see it's got kind of like a, you know, it's supposed to resemble maybe like a fire perhaps, so it kind of gives it a little bit more of a relaxing look to it. Very nice touch. They did not need to do that, but I'm glad they did, because this makes this a little more functional. And then if you switch it back into the lantern, you get that much more kind of bright white. And then this one as well, same concept. If you hold it, you kind of can dim it to your liking, so you can kind of see it dimming, and that tells you if it's a bend, and now you can dim it back. So very cool. And then one button off. So this light is awesome. I mean, this is probably my favorite flashlight I have now. I really like all the different functionality of this watch. Oh gosh, watch. All the functionality of this light. I don't know. I just kind of am a little excited about it, maybe more than I should be about a flashlight. But hey, when you get a good flashlight, hard to hide your excitement, right? So that's it on this one. As far as size goes, this one's a little bit smaller. So if we put it back next to the Para 2, the Leatherman, and then if we put this one back out here, you can kind of see the size difference between the 3. So this one, much smaller, compact. Ironically, larger battery. So this one's a 2600 milliamp. This is a 31 milliamp hour battery. So larger battery in this one, and a smaller size, probably because it is a little thicker, ever so much. I mean, I don't know if you can kind of tell by looking at it, but it is a little thicker, not significantly, but it is a little thicker. it's rated as far as lights go. So in the flashlight mode, it's anywhere from 10 to 40 hours. In the camping mode, which is like the lantern, that's anywhere from 8 to 40 hours. And then the ambient mode is 20 to 50 hours, or 30 in the candlelight mode. So needless to say, if you take this out camping, it'll last you the whole night, regardless of whatever mode you're in. Weight wise, this one is a lighter as well. So let's see what this one comes in at. 135 grams. And just for fun, what does Leatherman weigh? 250. And then the pair of two, 108. So it kind of gives you an idea what you're looking at as far as weight goes. What else can we say here? I think I've covered everything I can think of here. So yeah, this is kind of like a quick, basic unboxing tabletop review. You know, the weather's crummy here, so I haven't had a chance to really go out there and use this right now. But am I really excited come springtime, summertime, once I'll be out on my deck. I'll probably make a follow-up review on this come, like, you know, May or something, once it gets nicer outside. And kind of film this outside on my deck just to kind of show how much light it puts off and just kind of how it works. But super excited about this light. Thank you, Hoto, for sharing these lights with me. I never would have thought something like this existed. I really like it a lot. And for those that don't know, I'll put a link to Hoto's website. You can check their lights out, or their tools. I actually I know the brand Hoto from Amazon. They sell like micro precision screwdrivers, so I've seen them on Amazon, but I did not know that they make more than just screwdrivers. So they have a whole slew of selection of different lights and tools, so go ahead and check them out. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.